and you can see it in the Biden administration's approach to the United States and the world more generally. And there are several dimensions of that I think are worth flagging. First, I think there is a realistic appreciation of both our strengths as well as our limitations in terms of what we can achieve on foreign policy. So the dreaminess that we can simply go out and remake the world in our image, I think people have become much more conservative about that kind of ambition. Second, there is a desire to cut losses where losses ought to be cut. The withdrawal from Afghanistan, no matter how shabby it was, in the final stages, should not obscure the fact that it was reflective of actually a quite prudent political judgment, which is at some point the United States cannot, remake other nations, no matter how hard we try and how much money we invest. And therefore, we ought to be prudent about, nation building experiments. So that's a second dimension. The third is, think carefully about interventions abroad, especially military interventions that involve, the expenditure of blood and treasure. You can see that very clearly in the way that the administration has acted, with great restraint in the face of temptations, of different kinds. The fourth element, I would say, is if discrete uses of force are available, focus on the discrete uses of force rather than the large-scale uses of force. And the shift to a counterterrorism policy, which is more scalpel-like as opposed to sledgehammer-like, is again a reflection of that insight. And then finally, and most important, and you can see this in the negotiations that the administration is currently engaged in Congress, you have to build a more effective safety net for Americans. You have to invest in the United States at home. And so everything that this administration has tried to do, from the infrastructure bill on one hand to recreating, the social contract, I think is evidence of the fact that, elites are beginning to recognize that you cannot conduct a foreign policy over the heads of the American people. They have to be made full partners in this. And being made full partners involves, meeting their expectations and meeting their needs as part of the price you pay for continued American leadership and engagement in the world.